to the Academic Writing Amplified podcast. I'm your host, Kathy Mazak, and I have some special little treats dropping in the feed this week. So if you're listening to this episode in real time, then we are in our last week of accepting applications for the Navigate 2-week summer writing intensive. So basically, Navigate is my program that helps professors publish their backlog of papers. It teaches you a system that includes the 3 essentials to publish your backlog of papers, which are writing project management, time management, mission-driven time management, and a sustainable writing practice. Normally, I offer this program as a 12-week program during the academic semesters. But as a special summer treat, we are going to be doing Navigate as a 2-week intensive. And you might have heard about Navigate before. You might have thought, well, maybe this is something that I'm interested in, but I'm not sure. A lot of people have had questions. So this week, I am dropping a series of mini episodes answering frequently asked questions about the Navigate intensive and kind of about the Navigate program in general. So if you're interested in hearing those, I hope you tune in as they pop into your feed throughout the week. Our application deadline is May 8th. You can go to scholarsvoice.org/navigate and just hit the apply button to apply. Applications close May 8th. I'll be giving you more information about the program at the end of the episode. How can I make up for live interaction if I miss meetings? Okay, so the underneath of this question is really like, how am I going to get my money's worth? So let me deal with that, but also let me just deal with the surface level question, right? Which is like, what if I can't make the meeting times? I can't show up live. Well, thankfully, we are recording all of the meetings. So for the Navigate Summer Intensive, those meetings are 2 hours long because the first hour is a combination of workshop and coaching and questions. And then the last hour roughly will be co-writing where we write together. And we do that every day for the 10 days, the 10 weekdays of the program. So if you have to miss either a few days or even all the days, you can watch the recordings. Now, it's not exactly the same to watch the recording and to have that live interaction. However, I've been delivering this program. This will be the 10th time I'm delivering the program in this format. And I've actually been delivering the program for 9 years. So since February 2023, it has been in the basic format of having like workshop, coaching, and co-writing. Slightly different during the semesters than this summer intensive, but the same basic structure. And when people have questions or need coaching, it is not like huge. The questions aren't hugely different every time, right? Again, I've been running this for years, and I do my best to incorporate into the curriculum. When there's a sticking point, I'll do curricular revision to try to get through that sticking point. But there's always going to be questions that are along the line of, here is my particular situation, so I don't know if I can implement in the way that you're asking me to implement. So, and that's like most of it. Sometimes there's also, so that is really a mindset question. That's something that we can coach through, but watching somebody else get coached through it is just as helpful as getting coached through it yourself. So even if you have to miss the live interaction, in other words, you don't get to ask your question to me in the meeting, even if that's true, somebody will almost certainly ask your question. And so you get to hear that person be coached. You get to hear the answers I give to other people, and you will get so much out of that. Now, if you have a question and it really is different from what other people asked on the call, or you really feel like, no, this is a very specific circumstance that I need to explain to Kathy so I can get her feedback, then all you have to do is send an email with that question. And what I normally do, or what I've done in the past, is I make a short video or record an audio and send it back to you, kind of coaching you asynchronously or answering your question asynchronously. And that has been very helpful to people. So don't worry if you can't make the calls. Either if you can't make any of the calls or you can't make some of the calls, you will still have the benefit of the live interaction, because watching other people ask the questions and get coached, you're going to both get the answers that you need and also feel so much less alone. That is like one of the big takeaways that members of Navigate have, is like, oh man, I feel like so seen. I feel like there's other people experiencing the same thing I'm experiencing. And that is super valuable. You wouldn't want to not do the program. You wouldn't want to miss that. And you wouldn't want to miss all the skills and systems inside the program just because you can't ask your question live. Like the program is worth so much more than your one question asked live, because you can still ask that question. You're just going to get an asynchronous answer, but you'll still get an answer. And watching other people get coached, watching other people ask questions is just as valuable, if not sometimes more, because sometimes people will ask questions that you haven't even articulated for yourself, and it will be so helpful. So don't let missing live interaction stop you from getting the benefits of this program now, sooner than later, so that your publications can come out sooner and so that you can have relief in your academic career sooner. Okay, if you're interested in joining us for the Navigate 2-week intensive, I'm going to give you all the details here, and then I'm going to ask you to go to scholarsvoice.org/navigate to get even more information and apply. So the Navigate intensive runs May 18th through 29th. We meet Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, that's New York City time, during those 2 weeks. In each meeting, it's a 2-hour meeting. Roughly half of the meeting is going to be training, where I'm going to teach you the 3 essentials with my lessons. They'll be interactive since it's going to be delivered live. We'll have time for coaching and questions. And then in the second hour, roughly, we will have co-writing time, where you get to choose a focal project, which we help you choose during the program, and then significantly move that focal project. So whether it's an article that is kind of almost done, I call that a low-hanging fruit article, and you want to get it out the door by May 29th, you can do that. Or if there's some other project that you just really you've wanted to be moving significantly forward, you can do that. It is your time to write, but together with the support of the community. Now, I say roughly because some lessons are a little shorter, some lessons are a little longer. I'm anticipating that we will have at least 45 minutes of co-writing every day, but we're going to see kind of how it plays out. All of the lessons, all of those calls are recorded. So if you are joining us from Australia or New Zealand or Singapore or someplace else in the world that is going to be late at night or too early in the morning, or if you're going on vacation or you're going to go to a conference and you're going to miss some of the program, it's totally fine. Everything is going to be recorded so you can come back to it later. We are going to try to have everything up the very same day. So all the recordings the same day. So if you have to miss a couple days and you just need to listen to those recordings or watch those recordings at a different time of day, you can still keep up with the program. However, it is not necessary to do the program in order. If you come a few days and then miss a few days and then come back, you're not going to be lost. It's going to be totally fine. So the price of the program is $1,997, or we have a for-pay of $550. Those are US dollars. That is the enrollment cost of the program. And the application process is, we've simplified it a bit. So you just need to go to scholarsvoice.org/navigate, find the button that says application. That's the page that describes the curriculum and has all this information about meeting times. There's frequently asked questions on that page, so you can read it all if you love to do all your research before enrolling. Fill out our quick application, and then we will send you the link to enroll. And then at that point, you can choose whether to enroll for the $1997 full pay in full price or the $550 payment plan. You can enroll with your own credit card, and then if you have university funds, you can get reimbursed by your university. You can enroll with a P card if it is under your limit, obviously, depending on the regulations of your university. You can have your university pay us through that link that you will get after you apply. If you have any questions or any problems with that, go ahead and send us an email at support@scholarsvoice.org. Our applications close on May 8th. And then once we close applications, there's still a week available for you to pay and enroll. So the enrollment closes on March 15th. So you do have a little bit of time. If you need to, you can activate your university finance people to pay for you to start with us in the intensive on May 18th. Or you can pay yourself as soon as you apply and are accepted into the program. For more questions, you can email us at that same support email, or keep listening to the podcast, because I'm going to be sharing lots of frequently asked questions and their answers right here all the way up to our application deadline. So I hope you apply. I would love to see you in the program. It is going to be great fun on top of being a wonderful learning experience that will change your career forever. So go to scholarsvoice.org/navigate and apply today.